Hello there again, this is 7Song at the Ithaca Free Clinic. So here we are, I'm just going to point, this is one of the streets in Ithaca, Seneca Street. And off Seneca Street, the free clinic has been happening for 5 years now. But just a couple of months ago, we moved into this building. So you can see we're part of the Ithaca Health Alliance, the Ithaca Free Clinic. And this is a place I am really proud to be a part of. And now we're going to move from the noisy outside and move inside. Want to point out that my apprentices have done this lovely garden just in the past few weeks, along with Rob, who works here, a former student of mine and a great guy. And now we're going to move inside the free clinic. This is the waiting room, much nicer waiting room. You can see the poster for the Traditions in Western Herbalism Conference. That's a conference I teach at. It's a fantastic conference. Kiva Rose and Wolf put it on. This is our free clinic. Here's some posters we put up. At one point we decided to have a no narcotics policy here. And so in order to give people an option of lack of narcotics, of herbs that are helpful, we made these posters of herbs. So I put them together, so they're pretty accurate as far as sometimes herbal information is pretty inaccurate. But these are options for pain and for anxiety because we don't give out narcotics anymore. We never gave out narcotics, but the doctors would give prescriptions for all the obvious reasons when narcotics could be very helpful. This right over here is the reception area. And self-explanatory. If we go through this way, we have a chiropractic table. This is the nurse's station. Even if they're coming to see me as an herbalist, they go to the nurse's station. And once again, these small charts. I'm sorry, I'm proud of the little charts. And I mean more than proud of the little charts. I'm proud to be part of a free clinic that has multi-modalities of healthcare, including doctors and nurses, and where they allow an herbalist to be in here and practice. This is the discharge area. This is the clinic coordinator's office. Over in here is one of our massage rooms.
What's about this?
This is various consultations, such as nutritionist. Here's an acupuncturist station. A couple of bathrooms.
Good job staying out.
And one of the things that I'm really glad, this is a conference room. These are two things we didn't have at all in the former clinic. We have now a conference room, which is just really nice where we can get together. And we do get together regularly. And then over here, this is even better. We have a kitchenette. Actually, it's a kitchen, where so those who work here can just store food and take a break from the clinic rooms. The washer and the dryer is for the acupuncturists and chiropractors and massage therapists so that we can wash their sheets for them here so they don't have to add that expense. Now we're going to go back in through the hallways. And we're going to come through the hallway again. And
remind me next week if you don't have a lot.
And now I'm going to show you, this is the herbalist room in the cranberry pink color.
Whenever we get.
Since when we started this room, actually it was kind of somewhat designed for an herbalist. Nice little window. And these are different tinctures, but these are mostly donations. And over here, perhaps more interesting, these are, most of the times when I see patients in this room, we give them a medicine on the spot. We make it right here. And what you see there are the various stock bottles of tinctures. So this is what we use. And so we have a lot of different medicines that we prepare here. And so what you can see is almost everything here is individuals. this being a part of a first aid series, one of the big differences is in chronic health care, which is what I see here, people with long-term health problems, is usually you have to make specific formulas for everybody and balance out how much of this plant, how much of this plant. First aid, it's also, you have to do a little bit of that, but you can also just make some stock formulas because you're going to be doing it at a much faster rate. But these are all individuals, or what we call simples. And here are the bottles, not very interesting, but all the individual bottles that we can make the medicines for. So for 1 ounce, 2 ounces. And so somebody will come here, we'll make their medicines for them. And there's also a label making machine. And then charts and all that will be done later. And then over here are a lot of people, we give teas. And so these boxes are filled with raw herbs, otherwise really just known as dried plant material. And so they're done under, like everything here, it's all done in the alphabetical order by the scientific name. Excuse me. There's no real, we don't have them organized in any particular kinds of bags, but everything's by its genus and its species. So this is fresh marubium and fresh laurea, and then some dry, fresh meaning stuff that I didn't gather long ago to make medicine from. A lot of the stuff in here is donations. You can see like in here, a lot of these are donations, and a lot of those large bottles are donations. We're a donation-based clinic. I bring a bunch of medicines in here, and then the free clinic also, people donate to the free clinic. But like those essential oils were donated by Green Star Food Co-op. But it's been a pretty amazing place. If I'll have John just show you kind of, this is the scenario, I'll set it up. So basically, I would be sitting here. It's something like this. So I sit here. The patient sits here. Hello, John.
Hello.
And then the two apprentices.
Can't be in the chair and hold the camera at the same time.
Then I would have two of the apprentices. I run a school, but out of the 18 students, 3 are apprentices, and 2 apprentices per time will be sitting here quietly. It's a little bit tricky, really, because this person's here and there are 3 of us listening to them. But it's really helpful. So basically, I'll be talking to the patient, and at one point I'll turn to the apprentices, and I'll say, can you make me this medicine? And then I'll give them the proportions. So I'll say, all right, Christian, can you, I need a tincture, a 4-ounce bottle with 2 parts Eschscholzia, 1 part Turnera, half a part Humulus. And then I might explain to the patient what I said there is California poppy and hops. But since everything here is in alphabetical order by genus, that's how I started. Then I might have Annie over there and ask Annie to make a medicine, a tea, and then I'll say, okay, we're going to have 3 ounces of a tea. I'm going to need 1 ounce of Nepeta, a half ounce of Eschscholzia, 0.5 ounce, half part of an ounce with Mentha peperita. And so what's going to happen, then I'll move my chair up, and they'll start making the medicines behind me, and there's scales, and over here it's a little make the medicines. I'll keep talking to the patient. I don't have it with me, but I would take out my laptop here, and then I have a label making machine. Very simple, but these are great. They're $100. They work great. And now I'm going to make a label for the person, and the label is going to have the plant, it's going to have the name, it's going to have parts of the plant in there, and then directions. And one of those labels will go on the bottle, another will go on the patient's sheet, their case study, so that I can keep records of everything they're taking. Many of my patients, after 5 years of being here, are probably a little more than half our repeat every week. I work here mostly on Thursdays. So this is the Ithaca Free Clinic. As an herbalist, it's been one of the best things I've ever been a part of. It's free, accessible medicine. I mean, free is tricky, right? Because I pay for it and other people pay for it. But it is free for the patients. We're figuring out how to work in this models. The doctor's offices, I didn't point out, I can show that in a minute. They're out there. And so we don't interact too much as far as patients, but we work in the same building. And so there's that kind of respect that goes on here. And honestly, the more I work with doctors and other people, the more I realize that, the system is gamed in a certain large scale, the medical system. But the individuals often just very much care. And I mean, I work with caring individuals. We all the medical practitioners here, all the healthcare practitioners are all volunteers. We do have some paid staff, but they're not the people treating people in general. So this is the herbalist room, room number 7, I like that, at the Ithaca Free Clinic. And I'm hoping that some folks who are seeing this get some ideas, and we have to figure out how to integrate herbalists into a more mainstream culture without ruining any of our integrity, right, and identity as herbalists. And I'm still unlicensed. I try to maintain my unlicensedness for lots of reasons, but it doesn't mean I don't continually try to improve my herbal medicine. So we'll just go out over here, and I'll show you the doctor's rooms, and then you will have a pretty good tour of the Ithaca Free Clinic. And here is the doctor's room. We have them painted pretty brightly. People like it. This room also gets used by a local AIDS clinic. They come in, an HIV clinic that comes in once a month or so and does free testing here. All of our services are free. So I think that's it. Welcome to the Ithaca Free Clinic.